The all-new service from Insane Throttle Motorcycle Madhouse Radio. 24/7 and nothing but the best in 80s till today rock and metal, baby. And here's an added bonus. You can now listen to Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Show with Hollywood and Chinatown live on the air. Go to motorcyclemadhouse.com and bookmark the radio station and get down with the king of biker radio. Rock on. Oh, yes, whiskey, women, and motorcycles. Man, we're going to be talking today with Andrew from the Midwest Chopper Fest that's coming up next month. We're going to be live streaming that, baby. Hopefully I get you a lot of good shots of boobies and stuff like that. That's what Hollywood's after, is boobies and small asses. I'm not really into the big butts. That's more BD's game right there. I don't know about Marco, but, you know, hey, to each his own. We got Black Dragon going to be coming up later on in the show. Man, you love them big booties, don't you?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of booty. I don't see nothing wrong with. Why? You don't like it? You got a toothpick, huh?
No, man. You know what? I had to ask you this, man.
What's that?
You know, because I know you're kind of a freak.
Oh my god!
Do you like blue waffles?
Oh my god!
What is a blue waffle? I've never.
Whatever you do not Google blue waffle. Don't.
That's that one.
Leave it to Marco to screw my rhythm up here.
Don't
what
do
the
it.
hell is a blue waffle?
You can look if you want to, man. I warned you.
Look at it when you get off air. You know, they did that to me the other day.
They did.
But Black Dragon will be coming in the second half of the show. We're going to be talking about a little AI. Then me and Marco is going to finish off the show with a pretty serious subject. But let's have some fun right now with Andrew, man. Bring Andrew in. I'll see you later, BD.
Take care, y'all.
Andrew, Midwest Chopper Fest. He is the man setting it all up. And when I talk about Chopper Fest, I mean Chopper Fest here. These guys know how to build a chopper. He just went and got a 2022 and he said, don't look cool. Let's chop it out. What's up, Andrew?
What's going on, guys? How you doing, Marco? How you doing, Hollywood?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We're getting excited because I know we're going to be broadcasting live down there, and I know I've asked you at least 3 times about the strippers. Just double
strippers
just double checking.
We got Wisconsin Dollhouse coming, so there'll be all the girls from the Dells area.
You're damn right.
Strip clubs coming up here. We got close friends with them guys.
Rock on. Now, I know, Marco, that you might be into the Sugar Shack kind of dudes, but hey, to each his own. But what kind of bands do we got playing, man? Let's talk.
So I got some bluegrass guys coming out. So we get some more bluegrass / older stuff. Doing some Van Halen stuff. Near the end of the night, we got a band that throws fire and everything, doing like Pantera. We got 4 bands coming out this year.
Oh, freaking A. And what kind of chopper class do we got going on here? If you guys have a chopper, by the way, you're gonna want to enter it into this. And also there is camping available. So if you think you know how to partay,
yes,
you got out here to this thing.
Shit, we'll show you how to party. We're seasoned really well at partying. We got it down to a science.
Yeah, they got a degree in partying over there.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I got two different chopper classes this year. So we'll have your pre-84 choppers, so your panheads, shovels, the older school choppers. And then we're going back to. We'll have your outlaw choppers, so the ones that get pulled over all the time when you're going across the country. The ones the cops really hate.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll have bobbers, of course, your bobbers, and then you'll have your vintage classes, and we'll also have your custom class, and we'll have a best in show overall for all the bikes. So
Rock on.
We're doing that best in show. It's going to be going towards my buddy Ronster. If you guys know, if anybody knows him, he was another promoter known throughout the United States. He died last year out at Sturgis on the racetrack doing flat track racing. So we're doing the best in show class towards him. He was a really good dude.
That is the Midwest Chopper Fest Facebook page right there. Make sure you go take a look at it. You know, he's going to have one right there. He'll tell us about that one, and red and black right there with the stripe. What kind of front end is on that?
That's an 18 over front end over on that one. That one I just got done doing for one of my brothers. We did 14. That was 14 up, 3 out on it, and it was closer to a D rake, but not quite a D rake. I did only a 34 degree rake out on it with plus 3 trail.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
And
that one's tall. That my brother that rides that one is he's a big boy, and that bike, he sits in it. He's like first bike he ever feels that he sits in it.
You know, awesome. You'll be able to see now. This is July 22nd in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. I'm trying to pull up some other stuff. Look at that one right there, Marco. That motor that the guy going on. What's up with that one, Andrew?
That one we were cutting it all the way down to the cradle and highboying it. That one is my brother Mud's bike right there that I was doing for him. That's what that red and black bike turned into.
Oh, baby. You know what? I love that you actually cut up your own motorcycles. You know, you don't have them sent out and all that good stuff like others claim to build them, but they don't do the frames.
No, there's a lot of people that say they can do stuff, but they really don't do it. I'm not personally a painter. I got a good friend, Brett, over at Shy South Customs. They do most of my painting, but we got other people that do painting for other people we know, and like that's, you know, it's all about custom bikes. It's not, you know, stock bikes suck.
You know what? Who is your favorite builder?
I always like Tom Fugel's style bikes, Moose's style bikes. There's another couple old guys that a lot of people don't hear of. They were out in California that built a lot of bikes. That's always been my style of bikes. Mm-hmm. I'm not into the fat wheeled choppers. I'm into, you know, tight lane splitters or long chops.
Mm-hmm. Have you built any with suicide shifts yet?
Oh yeah, I have one myself.
Nice.
It's not really suicide shift, it's suicide clutch because there ain't no mouse trap on it. It's just a hand shifts, you know, little ass slappers.
So people coming to the fest, what do you think they should expect from it as far as the build quality and all that kind of stuff with the choppers?
Well, you're gonna see all sorts of bikes from all over the place. There might be people from last year. We have people from Michigan. We have people here from Illinois, Minnesota. People from all over the place coming, bringing bikes, and it's a ride-in show. Some people like brought a couple bikes where they, like one of my buddies, his bike won last year's best chopper. He brought 4 bikes here, so he trailered his here, but he still rides them fuckers. We prefer you ride in on your bikes because it's not it ain't a show bike if it's not able to be ridden.
Right. Now, what's the grand prizes or first place in each class?
I actually got the trophies here. I'll have to go grab them for you if you give me a.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got somebody grabbing me some of the trophies. But we got first place for trophy for the choppers, best in show. We'll have, and they're all handmade trophies.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. And they know how to metal
here
work.
Here comes one right now.
That is awesome.
All handmade trophy.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Nice.
You know what? That reminds me of the old days.
Still has
Marco.
the carbon on the pistons for you too,
Oh, there you go.
in case you need to test it.
That is good. I'm putting a picture in here of my chopper. You can't see because it's upside down, but that's you talk about it. That's one that I got here. It's a 20 over front end there.
Okay.
I don't know why it's coming in sideways, but yeah, dude, that's it's exciting. You know, I love the chops, man. Especially you know, I like that one's a 2007 that I chopped up, so not quite a 2023 2022 you chopped up there, but
Yeah.
you can chop them up in any way, shape, or form.
This is a chopper one here because this is all the shit you take off.
Right? Yeah. Are there blinkers on there?
No, we didn't have any of that. I took the mirrors off, and shit that we broke. Blew up a clutch basket on one of them, so we made it into a trophy.
Wow. Well, Marco went out. But anyway, what do you think about the early 2000, what they tried to call a chopper? Compared
Those were you're
it.
talking more like the Orange County choppers. I don't like those choppers. Me personally, like those guys were trying to bring choppers back. It just wasn't my personal style. Like, but each to their own. Like custom bikes are custom bikes, and that's what it's about. It's about the soul that you put into them, and about the artistic expression of them.
Right.
Even
Exactly.
bobbers are the same thing. You're cutting off all the shit that you didn't need. That's what it's all about. That's real. Bobbers used to be called choppers back in the day because they literally took everything and chopped all the shit off until we started chopping frames.
What do you think about the old 70s CB 750s and the Triumphs that came out? Because there's more than just Harleys with the choppers. Do you got a class with them?
I personally own a BSA also. I have mostly Harleys, but I do own a BSA. They're cool in their own rights. They have their own style. And even the guys that are over in other parts of the country and in the other parts of the world, like I know people that have been in Asia and seen guys chop up the bikes that they get over there and do all sorts of different things. Like it's an expression. That's what it's about. Like, yeah, I prefer Harleys myself, but it's still expression of your individuality of building bikes.
Now, what do you think about the scene overseas? Say Europe or like Japan, because Japan's like 50 years behind us.
Well, Japan now has been there's actually some cool builders over there that tried to go like Tom Fugel. He would say like he didn't even know he was as famous as he was, and then when he met some people from Asia and from Japan, he found out how famous he actually was. And he couldn't believe it because them guys are trying to build bikes and have bought a lot of bikes and are sending them over there. Europe is the same thing. I got a close friend. He sold a couple of his old bikes to some German guys, and they're building cool bikes over there too, doing different things.
I appreciate that, Chase. Calling out Old Dog round 2. He's trying to start his super chat war in the chat room. What do you think is the problem, Andrew, with the new biker that don't want to take the time, sit in the garage and work on his own motorcycle? What's he missing?
Well, he's missing the camaraderie with his friends. Like, there ain't nothing like that when you get a couple of your good buddies in a shop, sitting around talking, figuring out shit, building shit, doing some real one-off stuff. There ain't nothing better than that. Also just sitting in the shop by yourself, working on your bike, letting the bike talk to you. They don't even know what that means. Like, my bikes talk to me while I'm building them.
Well, there's nothing
explain
shit,
to the audience.
My bike tells me everything I need to know. A woman can't tell me shit, but that damn bike tells me exactly what I need to know.
Go ahead, Marco.
I was just gonna say, hanging out with your brothers during the when it's cold and it's wintertime and you're not doing anything. It's like so nice to start a build, get in there, have a few beers, go over some ideas, start bending shit and thinking, hey, I'm going to do this. And then it might not work out. You take it off, but it is very fun to be in with a few guys, just, having the radio on, working on bikes, doing some crazy stuff, man. And it really does pass the wintertime for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what, man. It was
even coming up, just a lot of the new guys don't even understand like what it takes to keep some of these old bikes going. Like keeping a shovel head running or a pan head running or a knucklehead running. They're pretty much everything falls off of them on a weekly basis. You gotta do maintenance on these bikes. So
I call it leaking bolts. They leak bolts. I've been going to my garage. I'd look at where the hell did that nut and bolt come from? I'd have to try to figure it out. It's like a game.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I had one bike. I hit a pothole. The whole transmission loosened up. All of a sudden, so it was the transmission was dog tracking on me down the road. The chain started tightening up, and we all pulled over, fixed it, got it back going on the road, and kept going. I've rode my choppers all over the United States. There's pictures of me in Arkansas, the Missouri, Kansas, all over the place, anywhere you can think of. And it's all about riding them, and it's about the people you meet on the road too. Especially on custom bikes, you meet so many new cool people out on the road that you wouldn't have met if you're riding just like some stock bike.
Yeah.
Just trying to race across the country. It's not about just the race. It's about it's about making the memories.
Right. Now,
Even being
what?
Broke down on the side of the road with a couple guys, like you'd be like, man, that sucks. I'm broke down. Oh, yeah. Well, we turned it into a party in the gas station.
Now, a lot of the older, these younger ones don't get how good that the older graybeards could ride. They can ride these damn freaking choppers cross country, rigid frames, and not bitch like that.
They're going up sides of mountains with them, hitting shitty roads, just bouncing off the rocks, bouncing. Let one of my buddies ride one of my choppers just recently, and he's like, that was the funnest, scariest thing he's ever done in his life, because he hit a pothole and wasn't expecting it to slingshot. The ass end went one way, the front end went one way, and he was going another way, and he was like, it all just fell straight back down. He was like, that was stupid. He was like, that was stupid. Do it again.
The thing about an Evo and the shovel heads and those, the nice thing is you can just pack a toolbox or a little tool bag, and you can actually work on the side. I think Hollywood talked about this a lot. You get a Milwaukee 8 or one of those new ones, you go on the side of the road, you're going to go ahead and have to tow that to Harley if anything is super wrong with it. So
I have sent some pictures out later to you, Hollywood. I got pictures of me doing head gaskets and replacing the heads on the side of the road, calling somebody and saying, hey, I need a new head.
What's the longest front end you ever ran on one of yours?
Right now I got one that's 22 over.
Wow. Mine's 20 over.
Yeah, there's some ones out there that my one bike's 10.5. It's almost 11 foot. It's like 10'9" wheelbase to center axle to center axle.
Jeez,
that thing, it's long.
Do you
but
think
there's longer ones out there?
Yeah. Do you think a real chopper is rigid only?
Yes and no. I believe there's choppers are a whole nother thing. Like if it ain't a chopper unless you chop the frame. That's the real truth. But rigids are my heart and joy. I do love a rigid bike. My body doesn't always like it.
Yeah, your ass don't like it, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the events? When are some people supposed to get there or talk about
open for all the vendors? We're telling all vendors being no later than 10 o'clock. The gates open at noon for the general public. If you show up earlier, that's fine. Just understand that you might have to move around a little bit. We got music starting at I believe it's 12:30 or 1. The first band starts on. Then there'll be entertainment, biking. We'll have bike games. We're gonna have some. We'll probably have the hot dog game and have the mini bike races and some mini bike jousting, different things. And there'll be a second band to come on. And we usually do we start doing awards usually around 6:00. We start thinking about the awards and going through the voting process. But so it gives guys their good time to sit there and figure everything out. There'll be a ton of vendors here. We got some guys coming from out of state with their vendors, tents so they'll have patches, knives, custom knife makers. There'll be a bunch of stuff going on. Somebody's making custom tumblers. Got somebody coming to make custom shirts while you're even there.
Now, do you is it going to be the people voting on the bike, or is it you guys?
Well, I have some special guests. We'll have a people's choice overall, and that'll be for Ron's that'll be the people's choice, and we're doing it in a commemorative of Ron. But then we're gonna have some special guests doing the actual voting so some actual builders, some guys that know what cool bikes are, not where we get last year we had a little problems with that, so I wanted to clear that up this year.
Okay.
Not where somebody grabs a bunch of tokens and votes for one bike. It's because somebody wasn't paying attention. It's about the bike. We're trying to give everybody a fair shake.
Right.
And I'll let you guys know my bikes will be there on show, but my bikes will not be in the competition.
Well, see, he's being honest.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
Keeping it
my
honest.
bikes will be there, but they won't be in the competition. So
who's some of your sponsors?
We got Wisconsin Dolls. I have Viking Bag. We have you guys. We have Chop Cult. Can you get me the flyer? I'm sorry. I have to look. I got like 10 or 15 vendors on here, so I have to relook.
I agree, Paul. His bike would win if he put that stuff in there.
I got Chop Cult. I have Lowbrow Customs, Wisconsin Dolls, Out of the Pit, Viking Bags, 7 Metal West, Deadbeat Customs, Shy South Customs, Strip Club Choppers, Big Machine Photography, and Insane Throttle.
Ooh.
Rock on. Do you have any of the magazines showing up for the show?
Yes, sounds like there's going to be a couple people there for professional photographers that shoot for Easy Rider, Cycle Source, and for what is that? Thunder Roads.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You know what? That's one thing that I wish they would cover more is instead of the big rallies rallies like this.
Yeah.
What was it? I had a sit down with Chris and Heather from Cycle Source Cycle Source not that long ago. I had a bike featured in one of their magazines, and I was one of the builders at the Donnie Smith show this last year. So it was a good time. But they're talking. They said they had a busy schedule. I was hoping Heather and Chris were going to make it this year, but they said they had a busy schedule. But they said they got somebody coming out that does actual photography for them, and they'll submit it in their magazine again this year.
Don't you agree though that they should start hitting the smaller rallies, because that's what true meaning of what the lifestyle is about, not this corporate crap?
There is some small magazines out there. I wish my one buddy's magazine was still around. It would have been a blast to have him here, but they closed their magazine down. But yeah, it's nice when the small guys show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you got, Marco?
Well, I love just thinking. I love photography. I do a lot of it and stuff. So we'll be bringing some cameras down ourselves. But it would be nice, that a lot of the guys in the comments here, man, those magazines, boy, they were, back in the day. That's how you found out what other people were chopping up, what was the new styles, stuff like that. So it is pretty cool. It would be good to get back to doing that. But we're excited about just coming down there and doing our show live, Hollywood, and seeing everything that's going on out there and bringing it to the people that can't be there, but they should be there. But if they can't, we're going to be bringing it to them.
Well, I'm looking forward to covering the bikes, man, because the bikes is one of the main reasons I love going to these bike shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the Thunder Roads magazines here. They're talking about, and Shy South Customs was their bike was featured in the front page, this last one, which is my buddy that does painting, and they're also a sponsor of the show.
What's his paint company called?
Shy South Customs.
Nice.
Shy South. He was there when I met you guys. So yeah, South Customs. He's beautiful, man. His work is gorgeous.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome dudes. And my buddy Eric from Knights Performance, who's going to be there. He's saying he's bringing a ton of bikes too. He's got a ton of old school bikes. Plus, he's built big power new bikes too, because he owns his own shop down in Illinois, down on Harvard, down in Harvard.
How many bikes do you think you're going to have down there, Andrew?
Last year there was about 100 bikes that showed. So I have no idea how many people are going to show up this year. It's kind of we see what happens.
Mm.
And, last year we had some bad weather come in, so some people left, and so everybody knows too. We do cover up if something happens where there is bad weather and you're afraid your bike getting some, because you got a real nice show bike. We do have spots to put the bikes so that they're not out in the elements getting like hail or anything like that.
Rock on. Freaking A, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But everybody in the chat room, make sure you check out the Midwest Chopper Fest. It is on Facebook. It gives you all the information that you're going to need to go over there and have a good old time. And like I said, man, it's not one of them corporate events where you have to be Mr. Goody Two Shoes, but don't be an asshole either.
Right.
Party it up.
No, there ain't nobody gonna, if you act like an asshole, you'll just be asked to nicely leave. Like we don't need problems.
Exactly. Let's go to some of the questions here that you guys got for Andrew. Let's pick some out. Mike, can you pick out some questions for him? Or, statements, whatever. LA, I miss photography. All my lenses were stolen during my move last summer, over 4K worth. That sucks.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Another one, I don't know about that, Manny. It's mostly, how is the honorary club at this event? That's not something. I love old school choppers and bobbers. No questions for Andrew. What are you guys, quiet? What?
Crazy Joe said, where is the show located? But I think so I know it's
it's located in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin.
Fort Atkinson.
About 10-15 minutes north of Janesville.
Not that far. All you Wisconsin and all you Illinois and Iowa and all that shit, you better be there, man.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah, it's a good, what? Once you get into Wisconsin, the roads are beautiful, man. Instead of Illinois, where it's all corn and shit, Wisconsin actually has hills.
Yeah. That's true.
Some of us, if guys come out Friday, I'll go out for a ride after I get all the stuff prepped that I got to get done. I usually go for a ride out, Friday night, and then come back and get my drink on and get ready for this show.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We're going to have him again next month, a week before the show.
Nice.
Hey, I'll try to have one or two of the strippers with me.
Now you're talking, Andrew.
We got to see the merchandise. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
I got to know how many ones I'm bringing down here. So,
Storm Rider wants to know: is there going to be a pig roast?
We won't have any pig roast, but there will be food. We have taco truck. There'll be food and booze. Food and adult beverages. Don't have to worry about any of that.
Christina, do we need to buy tickets for this?
No, it's when you come in, it's $10 to get in, and it's if you're showing a bike, then it's $10 to show a bike too.
Rock on. Douche, does Andrew have a custom motorcycle business?
I do not have a business doing it. I'm a union iron worker by trade.
He's the one with the big balls I talk about all the time. The iron workers, they got elephant nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like to climb buildings and do all that fun shit.
I talk about that all the time on my other show, man. It's like, damn, man, you guys are like 1,000 feet in the air and I'm freaking puking. I'm on the ground.
I'd much rather be on a chopper, but
yeah, I like that. Ride fast, don't die. That's my main motto.
Right.
Down there is a Facebook page. It is the Midwest Custom Chopper or the Midwest Chopper Fest on Facebook. It's real easy to find out. You can get the list of the events that they're going to have there as well. And make sure you bring your old lady. That way she can try her hand at the hot dog contest.
Yes. We'll have a bunch of games. Talking to a few of the girls if they want to do oil wrestling. And then we'll also have most likely a bikini bike wash, which we don't encourage clothes.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Well, cool, man. Tell Jake I said it was awesome seeing him again. I love Jake.
Yeah. Good.
And you too, Andrew. Tell all the guys I said hi, and we'll see you next month getting ready for the party.
All right. I'll see you next month, man.
Take care, man.
Be careful out there.
Oh, dude, that sounds so much fun.
I can't wait for this fest, man. I can't wait to check out the bike. See,
yeah,
it's full chopper fest. It ain't one of these damn big wheel bagger type of deals. No. This is an actual old school chopper fest that I'm looking forward to here.
Yeah, and I saw the outline. I'm glad our table where we're broadcasting live is set up right next to where the strippers are. I thought that was weird, but I liked it. So that's pretty cool.
I might have to kick you out of the broadcast chair, man.
Yeah.
And have a guest freaking stripper there to broadcast with me.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't blame you. I'll just go over to the bikini car wash or bike wash.
The bikini car wash, huh?
Yeah, bike wash.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. If there's bikinis and chicks, I'm there. We're there.
Well, that's good, man. BD will be coming up next. I guess he had a meeting that he is in right now. So let's see here. 2 down. Do you guys think the 120th rally will get canceled or too much money there to be made? Yeah, it will be. It's going to ride, man. Milwaukee, and that's ready to go on that.
Yeah, they're not going to cancel that.
I don't know why anybody would want to go to the 120th with Harley, man. They're all woke now. So come on. I don't know. But what do you think about all that, Marco?
Well, I used to live in Milwaukee, so being right there, I know they put a lot into it. There's a lot of security that goes in there. I don't even remember. I guess they do. I don't remember, man, if they allow cuts there anyway. But I mean, dude, there's just a lot going on. So they'll have a heavy police force and heavy security and stuff. So I mean, they're ready. But you're right though, man. I mean, man, not only the stupid can they put on the Green Day BS that they're throwing out, and it just seems like they keep making mistake after mistake, and it's just pretty crazy actually to see what they're doing to themselves.
My God, I just got pictures from Andrew of the strippers. I'm gonna be a happy guy.
How did you get pictures? Let me take. Oh man, my phone does not have strippers on it.
My phone has strippers, man. These are bad girls, man. Bad girls.
Oh man, that's good.
You made my night, man. Those are hot, man. Those ain't one of those crackhead strippers, dude.
No crackheads.
No 400-pound freaking broads, man. Now these are titties, man. I love it.
Let me see what we're dealing with, man. I got to prepare for stuff.
Those ain't for virgin eyes. Scott, oil wrestling. You guys gonna have oil wrestling?
Yeah, the oil wrestling is always encouraged.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. I was just telling Marco, man, I really love going to these type of shows because I really don't get into this big wheel bagger stuff. I don't understand why people do. I just think it's ugly.
Yeah, I know some guys that do have them, but I look and laugh, but it's kind of like it's like you fucking your half sister. You look at the guy and you shake your head like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What just happened here?
Right.
Let's had our producer come in, let him ask a couple questions because I know Mike really likes Andrew and his bikes and stuff.
That was fun, man.
Mike.
What's up, man?
Hey, so quick question. So not only what kind of years did you guys work on? Have you worked on like kind of every single year that you guys can think of? Because you guys got a lot of bikes. It's not just one or two.
No. I personally own 9 bikes.
Yeah, see, that's crazy off the bat.
But I started on bikes a long time ago. I really got into it probably about 7 years ago, getting really into making custom bikes. But I started before that. I started probably my first Harley was a 72 Harley Roadster, which is a little longer than the Sportster, and I cut it up and made it into what I wanted.
Now, did you do the weld on tails, or did you fabricate all your stuff?
I've used lead sled ones in the past, but I now can do my own. I'm working on a bunch of different things right now. I got a big welding table, so
yeah, and that's the coolest.
This is the kind of guy I like to hang. He's kick ass to hang with, Aztec. He is. Him and they kick ass people, dude.
How long does it take to actually make a bike?
Cutting bikes for my brother Jake's been cutting bikes for 50 years.
Yeah, Jake won't come on camera with us, but go ahead, Mike.
How long does it take to, on average, to chop up a bike and weld it and put it together yourself?
For me, I can do it pretty quick, but it's not my first time. The first time I ever did one, it took me probably almost 3 months getting the frame all situated. Now I can do a frame in 2 days.
Wow.
So do you start with the frame and then you work backwards? How do you start? If you're going to build a chopper?
I start with my frame. Like, I get what I want the bike to look like, get my front end, get the whole bike stance. That's how I work on it, is get where I want how I want the frame to sit, the stance. Then I start playing with tins and wheels.
Rock on. What's up, Jason? Jason from Florida, baby.
Oh, Jason, you're so lucky down there in Florida, man.
I'm telling you.
It's like 40 degrees here today. It's crazy.
When did your love of motorcycles happen, Andrew?
Since I was a little kid. I've had bikes, motorcycles. I had the old 80cc Honda. Was the little Honda pit bikes. I had one of those when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
So it wasn't just Harleys.
No.
Right.
I've rode all sorts of different bikes, from Jap, metric, to I've rode a lot of different bikes. I just prefer Harleys now, but I still have a love for all custom bikes.
Yeah. It really is an art form, and I'm sure like when you go to Mama Tried, or if you're ever out and you see like the different styles and people, that's what I love about the bikes. It's like obviously you're like an artist, really, because there's a lot of people. You can look at a pipe, or you can look at like something laying in your garage and be like, that will go right here. And man, there's just a lot of people I can't do that. It's just incredible.
Hey, I can't paint worth a lick, so that's why I outsource my paint. But I've tried myself. The prep work takes a little too long. I'm better with fabbing with metal. It's a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
But some people can't do that.
If somebody wanted you to build a bike for them, Would you do something like that?
I don't want to say no. I do it more for the love of it. I don't want to do it as I don't want to get commercialized in business. Then it's like, because then it'll ruin the fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll help out and do some people's, but a lot of times it's more about doing it with my friends. You know, like one of my close friends, when I was doing his, I told him, you're gonna be in the shop with me doing it from the full step, all the way from breaking the bike down, dewiring them, all the way through.
Yeah.
Now, one guy asked, why does Andrew love Harleys? People often complain about the quality, but use it for tradition and American made.
I prefer. Like I said, I'm a union iron worker. I believe in, America first. I'm a veteran also, so I'm a very strong believer that we should, support our country. Granted, now most new Harleys, like my 2022, 3/4 of the parts that I took off were all made in another country, but the motor is still assembled here in America, and I try to support, our people here.
Yeah. It's another good question. What is there we go. What style of model of Harley makes the best, or can you have the most fun customizing? Sporty? Do you like the Dynas?
I like Dynas and Softails a lot. They're really good platforms. You can get any motor size in them, so they're a good motor platform to build. Some of the older Softails, like the 90s, you had problems with the suspension, the rear suspension underneath, but I've learned how to get around that.
What's your favorite motor?
I like shovel heads. They're probably my favorite. But the Evo is like dear and dear to my heart. It's like the Chevy 350. You can fix it anywhere. You can find anything on the road for it. There's so many of them out there.
Fuck on, man.
Yeah.
Fun fact is, like, the shovel head, most people don't know this, is like the shovel head, they produce more shovel heads than any other bike before the shovel head combined.
Wow.
Did not know that.
Take all the flat heads, knuckle heads, all the Harley motors before pre-shovel, and put them all together. They made more shovels than all those bikes combined.
Yeah, shovels, man, they were good.
Let's see here. I tried to support US by buying a Dodge truck, then find out it's in Mexico.
Oh, man.
Most cars are. It's funny, is a Toyota is probably the most American car here now.
Ain't that pretty bad? It
Yeah.
kind of was Hondas too, man. Hondas, when they were made in Ohio back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty shitty. But, well, cool, Andrew. We're gonna go on to the next segment.
All right,
Check out Andrew at the Midwest Chopper Fest. It's gonna be a good one. You'll see the commercials before my premiere all the time. It gives you all the information that you need to get up on there. And really, if you're in Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, or around Minneapolis and it's a real good ride over there. You want to be able to check something like this out.
Hell yeah.
Cool, man. We'll catch you, Andrew.
I'll catch you guys.
See you, man.
See ya.
Well, we got that was Andrew, man. You know what? It's so fun to party with them guys. And I know everybody else here, if you party with them, you're gonna want to go back every damn year, don't you think, Marco?
Oh, 100%. Those guys are super fun and real cool to hang out with, and just some of the neatest guys. And let me tell you something, man. They are smart when it comes to cutting up bikes and knowing what to put in. It's simply amazing. I was lucky enough to be down in Jake's shop a couple of years ago and just watch, like, kind of, they got the lifts in there and the builds are happening at the same time. And I just remember thinking to myself, man, dude, this would be so much fun just hanging out in this garage, building 4 or 5 bikes all together. You know what I mean? Everybody's working on their own little sled, and dude, it's just amazing. It's just so much. It's so cool.
Good stuff there. Hey, Mike, you want to go back in the producer's cave, if you will?
Let's do it. See you guys later.
That is Mike, our producer of this show. He came on with us last week. Really good guy. You guys always see him on the BCAN podcast and all that good stuff. Actually, you and Black Dragon, Marco, you got a show coming up, don't you? That you guys are
yeah.
gonna do.
Yep, we're gonna try to do a week wrap up show with stuff going on the weekends, and kind of do more of it'll be kind of like a biker news, but like with events coming up. I know you kind of did that on one of the videos I saw earlier, but now it being summertime outside, all the events are coming up, the ones that aren't getting canceled, and so all the like all the festivals and stuff. So we're gonna cover all of that, all the clubs, because a lot of people are like, you guys never talk about when clubs do good stuff. Well, we're going to do that as well. Clubs are out raising money for charity, doing good in the public eye. We want to start putting a spotlight on that and sort of just do like a wrap up of the week. So it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, especially with the new association that we formed for biker news and stuff. You're going to see you see it already in my videos and stuff, covering the whole scene instead of just the MCs. And I think that's going to be an important type of deal that we do going forward.
Yeah, I think it's important. We give love, obviously, to everybody, and I think it'll be great. We'll see. Obviously, I'm curious to see how the videos go over, but it's always good to put everything out there and have a lot of great information at your hands. Because it's funny, there's hardly any of the websites to go to anymore to figure out what's happening, what's the nearest event close to me, what biker shows are coming up, what swap meets are out there, like all that stuff. It'll be good to be in one central location of a place. We'll be able to present it in a great way, and then everybody will sort of be able to do stuff, whether you're in California or LA, or if you're down in Texas or San Diego, wherever. You'll be able to find all kinds of cool stuff going on.
Well, coming up right now after this little break, get your popcorn ready, and Hollywood has a story to tell you.
Join the Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong.
Introducing the all-new service from Insane Throttle, Motorcycle Madhouse Radio. 24/7 and nothing but the best in 80s till today rock and metal, baby. And here's an added bonus. You can now listen to Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Show with Hollywood and Chinatown live on the air. Go to motorcyclemadhouse.com and bookmark the radio station and get down with the king of biker radio. Rock on. Okay, everybody, you got your popcorn ready. Oh, Hollywood is hot right now. Tomorrow, I got a video coming out about an incident that happened. Everybody knows that myself and Marco is in a club, so we are biased as hell when it comes to this news story coming up. We had a bunch of cowards, 6 coward-ass pagans out in Pennsylvania. They felt like they had to jump 2 of our guys. Now, again, you'll see this tomorrow, and boy, did I bring the paperwork for tomorrow, baby. It's time to put the bullshit aside, get serious, and get real with people. So the incident started out with 2 of them, our guys, and there was some others that 2 pagans, I believe it was, Marco, that tried to pull over our guys, tried to take the colors. They said, fuck you. And next thing you know, a whole truckload of pagans showed up with axe handles and hammers and shit, like a bunch of pussies. And next thing you know, that happens going down. And by the way, Marco, I hate being lied to. I really do. I hate being lied to.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this, who the fucking lied to me? I don't like it. So, I'm going to go on a mission here and be real as I can with the coverage of this, because it's about time somebody says it. These clubs that go around causing the other problems, the smaller clubs don't give a shit about your numbers anymore. They'll just shoot you too. It's straight up. Everybody's tired of it. That's why you're seeing all the stuff around the country right now. But anyway, they ran one of the probates off the road. And, to me, when I seen this picture, I was like, damn, Brokeback Mountain motherfucker right there. But anyway, don't you think that is a coward move?
I have a video coming out as soon as I get off the air here. I'm almost done cutting it up. I had to make a couple of changes because obviously this is, it's close to us being in the club. But yeah, I think I call it one of the most cowardice, inhumane, ignorant things that anybody could ever do. If you're in a motorcycle club and you use a pickup truck to run over somebody else in a motorcycle club, you are an ass. You are the reason why these people don't want to come to these events anymore. They don't want anything to do with you. You are the problem. You are what everybody is talking about. When you make that sort of distinction, especially if you ride a motorcycle. If you ride a motorcycle, how could you do that to another human being, no matter what he's wearing? It's just ignorant. It's insane. And you know what? It is time that somebody says something about it because I'm beside myself that somebody could even pull that off. It just surprises me that the leadership in that club sits back and allows their members to do whatever they want, and they think that there's no repercussions or anything. They just think it's a big joke where they can go out and they can do these sorts of things, man. It is the most cowardice thing you could do to somebody. Use a vehicle to do something to a motorcyclist, especially if you are a motorcyclist. You know how dangerous that is. And we're not talking about nudging somebody off the road. We're talking about running into someone, damaging the truck, and really doing some damage to a probate who is just out trying to be with another member, trying to learn the MC world. How about that for a lesson in the MC world? It's just it's so disgusting. It's disgusting.
Well, it is disgusting, Marco. And you know what? I'm going to give you a little prelude of what I'm going to be bringing to you, because, you're going to have all these people out there crying and whining about our boss. And I'm going to give you a little fucking history here because I am kind of upset here. Put that down, Mike, until I get ready. Rooster Katana, one of the oldest school guys out there, he had connections when he was the national boss of the Pagans. He had relationships with Sonny Barger, freaking Taco Bowman, all the big hitters. He was in that class. Now, a couple of years ago, I don't know if it was like 7 or 10 years ago, he was busted and he did club time, what we call it, club time, meaning he pulled his time for the club and didn't rat. But when he got out, which he's still on parole, he's still doing time for a club he's not in.
Yeah.
You have these people going around, well, he's a rat this, rat that. And you know what? It's funny. If you're a pagan, your damn leadership is lying to you. Lying to you. Yeah. And let's listen. Let's see what happened to our boss. And I'm going to read this right here. Question: what was the defense? And this is your paperwork you're always talking about here. This is what happened to a man, and they're going around claiming bullshit.
Yeah.
They're claiming this is court documents from his case, where the pagans are going around. Oh, he's a rat this, rat that. Shut up, stupid. What was the defendant's position at the time with the pagans? Answer: national president. Question, and that would be of the pagans. Could you describe briefly how the setup is, just so we have some context to put in that? Answer: the pagans are structured with hierarchy. The hierarchy referred to as the Mother Club. Mr. Katana was the president of the Mother Club. The Mother Club is responsible for the governing body of the pagans, making decisions for the group and all of its chapters. Question: and throughout your investigations involving the pagans from 2006 through the time of this search warrant, did you develop information on Mr. Katana from a number of different sources? Answer: yes. Question: including the CI that we referred to, present members of the pagans, former members of the pagans,
and also prospects. Damn, Marco, that don't sound like he snitched. It sounds like a whole group of them snitched on him.
Yeah, and that answer there, by the way, was correct. So that's where they got the information, and our boss is still doing other people's time, is what that's called, because he didn't rat on anybody, and he went out and he did, the most noble thing. So let me tell you something, man. It's remarkable how this club keeps coming back to us, and it just makes me. It's just very angry. I mean, you could have killed somebody here.
Let's be honest here. You're in biker news. Who's mostly what we're covering? And by the way, you schlucks who complain about biker news putting club business out there, it's not us that does it. It's the club, you moron. They're the ones out there putting this shit in the news. We're just covering it.
Yeah.
And I know that hurts your supporters' little feelings, but they're the one responsible for it. But we're having a whole rash of stories that comes out about the pagans. Now, Marco, I want to be completely honest with them. Was I or was I not trying to make it good for all clubs to be able to contact us to put their side of the story out?
100%. Working very hard behind the scenes.
And that just didn't happen, did it?
It did
we
not
were lied
happen.
to.
I mean, we really tried to bend over backwards, because we're in a predicament here, because obviously people are always going to go to the fact that, we're in a club, and it's, and I try to be super, almost to the point of I mean, obviously telling the truth of whatever's happening in the story, but, wanting to really, at least try to, here's the thing about our club. We stay in our own lane. We don't do anything to anybody else. We're not trying to press anybody else. We want to be left alone, and we leave other people alone. And it just seems like in doing that, these other people, they just take advantage of you, and they do what they want to do. So, we try to make it good. We try to make it, a positive thing, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to do that, especially getting lied to.
Well, getting lied to is the worst part of it. But this is what happens, Marco, when you sell your damn patches to anybody and everybody around the country so their leadership can bag the money. See, most of the people don't understand $300 is about what you pay for a set of patches, not $750. And usually when you're opening a new chapter, you usually prospect that chapter in for an amount of time to see if they can meet certain conditions. Like, okay, can you get a clubhouse? Can you make all the nationals? Can you make all the regionals? And that just doesn't happen. And one thing I really wanted to put out there, because I know there is some confusion, the Sutar soldiers have absolutely nothing to do with the pagans.
Yeah.
We have absolutely nothing to do with them.
We're not an offshoot. We're not a support club. All that.
We're not an offshoot. We're not sitting there taking showers to the wee hours of the mornings with them. We have nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And I know there's confusion over that, but somebody almost died because a bunch of cowards couldn't, as you say, knuckle it up.
Yeah.
2-on-2. No, they wanted 6-on-2 with axe handles and all that stuff. Yeah. And, with all the there's videos around on this stuff. It's hit the papers. And it's like, you know what? When that happened, I was like, you know what? A bunch of schlucks. I think it's weak, Marco.
It is weak. It is very weak. It's disgusting. And like I said, I'm going to drop a video in about 10 minutes after I get off the air here. But you're right. This is all evidence that where this happened was one of the most traveled places all around in Westmoreland, Pennsylvania. And so, there are an abundance of people that were there. I read the story earlier, eyewitness reports of people doing whatever. And what really makes me mad? It was one of our club brothers and a probate doing something that should be one of the most sacred thing you do as a club member. You have a probate or a prospect, and you take them out and you're showing them the ropes, and you're saying, look, this is what we do. This is how we do it. This is a time where you're teaching another person to get into the business that we're getting into, and you make the decision to get into a motor vehicle because you don't like what's going on and try to run somebody over. I'm telling you, it's one of the worst things you could possibly do, especially if you're in a club. I don't know how you make that decision. If if you ride a motorcycle, how you can do that to anybody else, even if they're not wearing the same rags you're wearing, it's repugnant. It makes me sick to my stomach.
So what I think I'm going to do is being an investigative journalist, because I have all kinds of paperwork that has been sent to me for the last year or so. And, you know, if there ain't a solution to this, maybe I should have the pagan files. Maybe I should do that.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people on TikTok and stuff, you know, that have a lot of this paperwork that if we really wanted to get down to the dirty and get the other side, these are people that actually were in the pagans, not just some people that they discard on the side and disgruntled people. These are people that have firsthand knowledge of what's going on. If we really wanted to dig and we wanted to spend the next 2 or 3 months doing an expose, I'm sure we could find out some stuff.
Well, you know what? I know that a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest here with everybody, a lot of people are on this motorcycle clubs are not gangs. A lot of people. And you know what? I agree. A lot of motorcycle clubs ain't gangs because a lot of people don't sign up for that kind of shit.
Right.
But when you have one particular club causing chaos all over the country, you kind of should be ashamed to even being associated with them, because straight up they're a gang. Sorry to say, they're a gang. That ain't no.
Yeah, there's no one with any amount of sense in their head that can look at a situation when you have two innocent people minding their own business, riding their motorcycles on a Sunday, and you decide to try to run them over with a truck. There's nobody on planet Earth that says, I'm with those guys. That's what we're doing. That sounds good to me. You can't be. You have to draw the line somewhere. I hate to even say that. Like, shouldn't even be able to say you have to draw the line at running somebody over with a truck. Well, that's so insane.
Well, you know what? You got to draw the line as a biker community when you're right. Everything gets out of control and regular people, independents, can't even go to a rally because it gets, shut down because of clubs. And people wonder why clubs people don't want anything to do with clubs anymore.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing gang shit, you're a gang.
I say in my video, look, if you really wonder why there's a shortage of people to join MCs, if you're wondering why people don't look at clubs the same way anymore, if you're wondering why there's this public sentiment now that all bikers are bad, if you're wondering why the mainstream media calls us all gangs, if you're wondering any of those things, you don't have to look very far to see who is ruining it for everybody else in the MC culture. And I don't care what patch you wear, this should disgust you.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me answer this one. Motorcycle clubs aren't gangs, but we've seen certain clubs start bringing in gang members in regular. I'm not going to get with the West Coast guys. They have nothing to do with it. But yeah, the pagans doing it with the blue wave. You just can't sell patches, man. You just can't do it. And what a lot of things the members don't get, it don't go into the treasury. It actually goes into the national's pocket. That's how they make their living.
Yeah.
For those that they don't understand how these national clubs work, that's how it works. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be covering that more with Marco's video coming up. I got one tomorrow coming up, but maybe it's just time to speak the truth, Marco, to everybody. Instead of, I know you do your best to cover for clubs, but maybe we should call it what it is when it happens. Because they're doing nothing but ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah, they literally are the reason why everybody is pissed off. No doubt.
So check out Marco's deal tomorrow, but I just wanted to put it out there because there was confusion. We have nothing to do with them. Nothing
Zero.
whatsoever. And them rumors about Rooster Katana you just seen in black and white, go fuck yourself. Anyway, we're going to talk about AI and stuff like that with Black Dragon coming in and how dangerous it really could be. Let's bring in BD. What's up, BD? You need to turn your mic on, man.
Yeah, if you had the mic on, it would be great.
There you go, man. Let's talk AI, dude.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, I don't want
We're
to
good.
bring you in this mess.
Oh, hell no. I ain't even. That's 1% clubs doing their thing. And this is my lane over here, AI. And that's what I'm talking about. I ain't even fixing. I don't even know what the hell y'all talking about over. It's crazy. Crazy.
It is.
You know, I saw your video, Black Dragon, and you did a really nice job, obviously covering this AI thing. You hit it right on the head. I think there's so much more to what's happening here than what people are seeing. And you made several great points. One, I know we talked on the phone a little bit, but you know, the thing with Hollywood and Black Dragon and myself is we put ourselves out here and we listen. We take a lot of hate. All you have to do is read the comments. You should read our emails. There's a lot of hate because we attach a face and a likeness to what we do. It's really the old school way of doing things. It's the old school protocol where if you're going to talk about something, at least be about it and be on. And now you don't have to do that anymore. You could be a man, you could be a woman, you could be somebody in high school, you could be somebody that's never been in a club, you could be in another country, and you can make a video and you can say whatever you want. And you can put whatever voice you want on it, and you can throw any narrative out with zero receipts on what you're doing. And listen, this is scary. I went through today, guys, and I just went through to 5 or 6. There's like 5 or 6 new people doing this. One of these videos has 300,000 views, and it's nothing but computer generated. And the actual images are computer generated. And if you don't believe me, you can go on. It's called Midjourney. You can just type in Midjourney. You can see the type of pictures they make. That's what they're making these videos with. And this is really important to get to why we made the news association that we made, because I'm telling you, we're going to get to a point where you will not be able to discern from reality. You will hear a voice and you will see some images and you will just accept that happened. And it just opens the door for so much propaganda. It's just insane.
Well, it was already used on us, so what the hell?
Yeah.
get used to it.
Yeah. So even more sinister than that is, where is this coming from? Is this coming from another motorcycle club that doesn't like you? Is this coming from the cops? Is this coming from Homeland Security? Is this coming from the Russians trying to get us all not to like each other anymore? Like, where the hell is this coming from? It is the new propaganda. It's the new wave. Listen, this AI thing, it's incredible. You can tell if you know how to prompt AI, if you can speak the AI language, which they are making it easier and easier to speak every day. They're building these prompts that help you say to it. You can say to it anything you want. If you can prompt it correctly, it'll give you a script. It'll give you a video. It'll generate pictures for you. It'll generate voices for you, and you can push any message you want to push. Gone is the idea of credibility. Gone is the fact, hey, that's Black Dragon now. He might not know a lot about that subject, but this guy did this, this, and this. He's got this is his pedigree. We're looking at his face every night. Dan Rather and all that stuff is getting ready to be gone. It's going to be some AI bot, and you trusting this fake synthetic voice. And maybe for the most part, it's used for good. But man is not a good being. This is why we have heavens and hells and angels and gods and demons and all these things, because man is not a good being. It is in his central core to be surreptitious, mean, and ugly. And so what happens when you get a surreptitious, mean, ugly person, government, hater, detractor, or just gremlin bells, or for people that are just gremlins that just like to start shit? What happens with that? You got God only knows, and it's going to come down to you, the viewer. You're going to have to keep us graybeards and people you trust relevant. You're going to have to understand that there are many people that want to control your opinion about anything and maybe everything. Vaccinations, they want to control your opinion about politics. They want to control your opinion about spending, about climate control, about motorcycle clubs. Some people want to take motorcycle clubs out. They want to destroy them. They want us to be gone. They want our way of life to be gone. Because if this whole new world order comes in and all this kind of stuff, really, how many organizations have hardcore, blue-collar thinking type folks that will fight and stand up? Motorcycle clubs are full of them. Motorcycle clubs are full of patriots. I tell you what, you got these two organizations fighting. Let something affect America. You will watch these two 1%er motorcycle clubs step in lockstep, and every other motorcycle club along, all the way down to the motorcycle ministries. For the United States of America, they'll absolutely stand in lockstep. So there are entities out there, governments out there, folks out there that want to destroy the credibility of we, the motorcycle club. They want to destroy the credibility, the name, the reputation, and now they can do it unencumbered, sightless, visionless little ninjas running around in the blogosphere, running around in the social media sphere, spreading lies and bullshit, outing people. It was Hollywood. You and Marco were the first ones that I saw that they outed and put your real names out and your government names out and where you lived and what cities you were in and what motorcycle club you belonged to, as though that was anybody's business. But that's what's coming.
And by the way, filled that with a bunch of untruths and things that were not true a lot. But, obviously you're not able to push back or to, like you say, get the receipts for the series of statements that you're allowed to do, which is very dangerous. We're at a dangerous time, man. We're at a time where you can watch a video that could literally start a war that could be done by a 10th grader in Tennessee. I mean, I'm telling you, it just is.
That's just like the Tinkerbell Ed over here in, who probably rides a freaking moped, talking out of his ass. I think the cops you're streaming with blocked me, BD. It's always funny with these keyboard fuckers, ain't it, Marco?
Yeah.
They actually matter. They do. They actually think they matter.
Don't you block Ed? What the hell is wrong with y'all? Blocking.
Oh, what is Ed one on his knees, man? You like that kind of Tinkerbell stuff?
Leave my folks alone, bro. Leave my folks alone.
Hey, they in there talking shit. They get shit back.
Tell him, Ed.
You're the nice one, man.
I am nice.
You're one. I have to admit, man, you're one of those guys that are not. You want to get mean and then you turn nice right away. It is.
I'm hard to hold grudges. You Hollywood, you hold grudges from. You'll hate a MF from now on. I'd be like, Holly, that was like 7 years ago. What's up? When you hate him, you just hate the hell out of him. I don't know Marco well enough yet to know.
What, are you trying to hate me? What did I do to you?
No, I don't know you well enough to know whether you're a hater or not like that. But let Hollywood not like somebody. It's ugly. He calls them names.
Well, at least you know where he's coming from.
Which and all kind of stuff.
Which is more than you can say for these people. It's a big problem, man. It really is a big problem. We're going to see a lot more of it, and it's actually getting. I mean, dude, they can do so much stuff now. If you ever want to just sit back, and there's actually, I just watched a video a few days ago. It's called the Shadow Box. You just type in the Shadow Box, and basically they put an actor. Let's say it's the Pope in this box, say somewhere in Tennessee, and then a 3D version of the Pope can appear anywhere on planet. I don't mean one that looks like Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. I mean one that looks like real life, and it could be standing in front of you. And they have cameras that can see the audience. So the Pope could theoretically be standing on a stage in Chicago talking to individual people, and you'd never have any idea that that's not a real person. This is where we're at right now. And that's what we actually know of. Imagine the stuff that we don't know of. It is going to be hard to discern reality in the next few months.
Damn drama, Marco.
I'm telling you, it's here.
I like it.
Drama. Damn, calm down.
It's here. It's here, and it's dangerous.
Hey, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. The effing sky is falling.
And well, then you can have people speak for clubs and make statements that can get people killed.
And the clubs don't speak. This is the other part we got to add to this. Clubs. They got a whole new tool out there. And it's really not that new. It's been around a while, but it's really starting to be absorbed by the the regular guy. And the clubs don't speak. You don't speak. You don't speak. You just let everybody do the talking and the painting of the narrative. You better get you some public relations officers. You better get you some crisis managers. You better get you some social media officers. Oh, guys, you can't. We're not sending stuff via carrier pigeon anymore. We're not talking on sound powered phones. When I was in the Navy, we had phones that talked on their own power, sound power. We had underwater phones. You could talk submarine to submarine on the UQC-2, which was an underwater phone that you could talk. We're not talking that way no more. We're sending electronic digital waves out, bro, and they're real.
But the problem is that I don't think a lot of clubs are going to get over the fact, well, we don't care what others think. And I think they better start thinking whatever, caring about what others think, especially when they're the jury pool and the ones that elect the representatives.
The jury pool and voters. They're the jury pool and voters. And the people that are electing the judges and stuff that will, they're always looking for a platform. And motorcycle clubs are a great platform to stand against. Great platform to stand against. And
so, where do you think everything's going, BD, with this? What do you think is going to get pretty bad as far as YouTube?
I think it's interesting because YouTube, Twitter, and those guys cut so many people off during the pandemic and turned so many people off and sent so many people to the Truth Socials and the other ones out there that they're fighting hard to reclaim the momentum that they had. A lot of people just said, no, thank you. I had friends, lots and lots of friends, especially friends on the conservative side, who left WhatsApp as soon as they found out Facebook owned it. And Facebook announced that your conversations aren't going to be secret anymore. We're going to be looking at them to market to you. I had friends that just left the whole platform, Facebook, everything, Instagram, they left it all. And so now they're trying to get that back. And the backlash is they're starting to allow more kinds of speech and stuff like that. So they're taking some of the anchors off. And my thing is, does it go completely now crazy the whole other way? And now there's no control at all. They never can seem to make adjustments that are fair and safe and tolerable. They always got to adjust too far left or too far right, and always something just completely out of the stratosphere. So you can't win. And they're always behind, adjusting behind. So what we're seeing in YouTube is demonetization like crazy. Still a lot of the stuff, if they don't like your content, you're talking about biker news, they damn near demonetize every video, at least for 7 days until they look at it again. And, so then you got all these folks that are coming into the business, seeing what we do, and they don't have to put their names on it, like with this AI business. They don't have to put their names on it. They don't have to put their faces on it. So they don't have to know anything. But they
either that or they're just cowards, yeah.
Yeah, and they face no retaliation because no one you have no idea who it is.
And the old doxing and stuff still works, but most people never really knew how to do that in the first place. So a lot of people don't know how to scout IP addresses and snoop and trace and all of that kind of stuff. So
let's bring up one last subject because we're running long here, and BD was late, but we all know that of BD. He's always
unbelievable,
late.
man.
I had a club meeting.
I'll be back in 20 minutes.
I don't know. Oh, I wish I tried.
You tried. You're the protocol guy. You're known to be in motorcycle club protocol.
For 99%ers, yes.
For 99%ers, but you also talk about 1%ers.
I hate that I have to talk about y'all, but I do. So what would you like to know?
For those that say protocol is no longer needed or valid, because you see a lot of this stuff happening all over the country where people are tired of being regulated? Is protocol coming to an end?
Well, every generation changes went on before it. So the guys that were bitching about us, we're now the guys doing the bitching. But protocol changed a long time ago when it went from something that you did out of respect to something that somebody required. When it went from we do this because we want to be good with everybody to you're going to do this and you're going to pay us, or we're going to hurt you, or we're going to tell you what you can wear, where you can wear it, where you can ride. So it's not like protocol was changed by the folks that were under the protocol. Protocol was changed by the folks that were enforcing the protocol. And with each successive year, people got more and more bolder about it. And then you had other people standing around saying, well, but that's kind of crazy. It was never like that. So every time, in the universe, for every action, there's going to be an equal reaction. So at some point, folks are going to push back. And so then other folks scream, oh my God, you're not following protocol. Well, I never had a problem with protocol. I do have a problem with per your call. And per your call ain't nothing we ever did. And so now that you're making this up as we go, if you can make up things, we can all make up things. Now we're making this up as we go. Now I'm being faced with all kinds of craziness, guns pointed at me, all kind of craziness. And hell, they're doing it to each other. So what I don't know if protocol is going away. I think respect has gone away. Respect were two men respected to two bulls walking a china shop. Well, if one bull doesn't believe you're a bull and starts to disrespect you, then you don't have two bulls in the china shop. You got a bull and something less than a bull. But then you find out that, oh shit, that was a bull. And that's, I think that's what we're going to. So then you want to cry, oh, you're not following protocol. A lot of these people that want to push protocol wouldn't know protocol if it bit them in the butt. We got the blind leading the blind.
Basically what you're saying is the clubs nowadays have become what they didn't want to become in the first place, and that's AMA. They became the new AMA.
That is basically what happened. They became what they hated. But so did Bill Gates. I mean, everybody when Bill Gates got started was in love with Bill Gates. Oh my God, look at him. He's taking on the giant. Now everybody hates him because he is the giant. They get away from what caused them to want to reach out and be who they wanted to be. They're so caught up now in enforcing whatever they're trying to put down on other people, smaller organizations, this, that, and the other. Nobody's got a problem with following traditions and earning their way and doing what it takes to be a part of a society. Nobody's got a problem with that. When I joined the submarine Navy, there was things you had to do to get your dolphins and get your insignia, but nobody has a problem with getting up to the elitism. The problem is when you're trying to tell grown men what they're going to do at the point of a gun and with their lives in jeopardy. And they got families and stuff out there that need them on these jobs. And you want to take their life over some penis measuring and chest poking out. And then holler, no, nobody's following protocol anymore. Well, that wasn't even a protocol back when we did it. So how did it become a protocol today?
You can't cry protocol and then not follow it. That's the other thing. You can't. It's like they want to ride both sides of the fence and be like, well, it's only protocol when it's good for me or my club or our situation. And if it's not, they're not following it. So there's a lot going on. And you're right. We're at a point now where no one's respected. And it's just this, we're at level, we start at level 100 and then we just go from there. And it's going to continue this way.
Absolutely. Yeah. We hit 100 real fast, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to change for the good or the bad? Or is it going to take it to where, the government finally starts RICOing everybody? And what a lot of people don't understand is a lot of people waking up, the victims of this kind of stuff, are going to start suing the shit out of the clubs next.
I think it'll even itself out in the great continuum of things, as it were. I think it'll even itself out. I think we'll survive. They'll throw some things at us and we'll find a way to survive. I mean, in Australia, they haven't gotten rid of the clubs. They've tried. They've done every damn thing, but they still haven't gotten rid of the clubs. So
yeah, well,
we might be living on one little raggedy wing, but maybe we'll still be able to fly.
But let's be honest. We got to be honest, BD. That stuff going on out in Australia ain't clubs. When you're going around with $1 million freaking Lamborghini or in, Gucci bathrobes, that ain't too much of a MC, is it?
I know, but it seems like a nice lifestyle. I'd like a $300,000 chain, but I'm not willing to do what they do to get it. No, that's
you just said it. You just said it right there, because I know there's going to be a big push about motorcycle clubs and gangs, but at the same time, when you're doing gangster stuff, aren't we supposed to call it out?
Well, I think if you're a news organization, you need to. Yeah, but hey, folks don't like that either.
Well, that's what I got, Marco. What do you got?
Well, like I said, the problem is that we're trying to pull protocol when it's good for us, and we're trying to cite and MC stuff when it's in our favor. When it's not, we go somewhere else, and we just have a huge communication gap that just keeps seeming to happen over and over. And if we don't do something soon, we may not be at the level of Australia yet, but I'm telling you, we are getting closer. More than you have ever thought. We've lost more freedoms just as United States citizens, not even an MC club, in the last 10 or 15 years than we have in the previous 100. And you think it's going to be bad that way. The motorcycle, club culture is going to be 10 times worse if we don't do something. We put together this, the news, agency stuff here, and to try to help, in any way that we can. We're just three guys, and if the clubs don't want to join and they don't want to find a way to get somebody to get some information or help the situation or sit down and finally discuss this, it's never going to change. It just won't. I mean, you can't will it to happen. So
and clubs start being hated and hated and hated even more than they are now by independents.
Yeah.
Because let's admit it, man, you have clubs that have hardly any people in it when you used to have 25, 30 in a chapter. Now they got 6.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be around it anymore.
Yeah, and then you got clubs running through guys like it's water, and then they're ruining, those guys don't ever want to be in clubs again because they paid $600 for patches, they get beat up, and then they eventually just push them out of the club because all they really want is the money. And so those guys never come back to the club life because they have a bad taste in their mouth. So you're just going through a bunch of people that could be solid brothers that aren't.
Well, I don't know anything about that, so that's beyond my bailiwick.
Yeah, I don't even know what bailiwick means, but good on you.
Well, we're running way over. We're after hour and 30 minutes because of BD's tardiness. I love screwing with BD. We had a big ass debate today. It was fun.
I'm out.
It was a great debate.
I'm
out. Anyway, appreciate you coming on, BD. I'll see you in the green room, man.
Thank you. You guys take care.
Rock on. Well, Marco, you got one coming out later on, right after this one, don't you?
Yep. So just about 10 or 15 minutes, head over to Marco's Motorcycle Nation. You can watch the first video on exactly. I saw a few comments in the stream here of what happened. I'll go all over the entire thing. Plus, we have details, obviously, that aren't in the newspaper because we have firsthand knowledge of what's happening in that situation. Where, just briefly, you can go to my TikTok as well. But 5 pagans decided to jump 2 Sutar soldiers, 6, and actually one brother and one probate, and actually run the probate off the road with a truck. who's pretty bad shape. That person has been arrested, as far as we know here, according to the report, and is being held on $250,000 bail and attempted murder charges, among other things. But we'll cover that entire story, give you some inside scoops in about 10 minutes on my channel, and then Hollywood will have it all broken down and ready to go for tomorrow.
Rock on, man. We'll catch you guys later.
I say goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jacked.
#1 internet biker radio show is now available on Spotify and all major platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and more. Don't forget to become a subscriber on any